Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm very excited for today's video because, as you can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be going to the Virgin Hotel here in Dallas in the Design District. We being me and my mom. It's her birthday this weekend and I thought that I would get us a staycation at a hotel here in Dallas. Last year we went to New Orleans. If you haven't seen that vlog, you should watch it after this. It's also linked on the screen. But obviously we cannot go on a trip this year, which sucks because she just got her passport and global entry, so it would have been really cool to go out of the country, but we're not. We've been staying in the house and she has been even more diligent than I have been. So I thought, why not just do what we do in the house, but in a different location so it feels special and a little bougie. And we'd both been wanting to see this hotel because I actually used to live in the Design District when it was first being built, when they broke ground. And now it's open and available for business. Virgin has this whole contactless experience through their app, and I'm excited to show you guys the details and features that are going to go along with it. I'm really going to be in depth and just show you what we're up to, but I'll also be writing a blog post with even more details. That blog post is linked down below if you want any additional details that I didn't share in this video, but I will just be taking you guys along with us when we leave in a couple of hours. So I'll check in with you when we get to the hotel and everything is situated. Hey guys, so we just checked in. So when we went to check in, it's supposed to be completely contactless, which is what I would have preferred, but there was a glitch or something when I tried checking in at home, because it tells you check in an hour prior to your arrival, and it just would not go through, and they sent me a message saying to check in with a front desk assistant. So I was like, that sucks for contactless. But when I got to the front desk, because I am part of the In the Know program, they did a complimentary upgrade for us for our double queen room, and it is significantly larger than I imagined it was going to be. So that was super nice of them. So we got to meet the front desk and handle all of our information there. So I'm happy that we got the complimentary upgrade, but it is kind of like, I wanted to try out contactless, so I can't really complain, but it would have been, I guess, more like COVID friendly if it were the other way. Nonetheless, it is a beautiful room. I'm just going to step outside and then give you guys the tour from my point of view. All right, so we're gonna go from the entrance. I'm part of the In the Know program, so that's why I have that on my key. I can explain more of that later, but when you first come in, these lights are sensor controlled. So here are the robes for the room, and then to your immediate right is the toilet, which is just a toilet and a picture of Mick Jagger. When you come out of the toilet, like I said, here's the robes to your left, but then you have the bathroom sinks. Hello. It's not my favorite when the sinks are outside of the toilet because I think it can be weird, but I understand, especially if you're staying here with multiple people, because obviously someone may need the restroom and all you need to do is just wash your hands. So that's what you have to your left. And behind me with this beautiful light is the vanity. I cannot wait to sit down here later and go through my skincare routine with you guys. You can't see me. Now you can see me. But this is the vanity officially, with this beautiful velvet, or is it suede chair. And they wrote this really nice message because it's my mom's birthday, like I said at the beginning of the video. And this is the Know agent that I was speaking with by email. I didn't even know she was on location or if she contacted us here, but she wrote this for them. And look at the bottle that we got. Oh my god. I've never had this champagne before. I'm not gonna butcher the pronunciation, but you know, Clicquot, y'all know. So we feel really special, debating if we're gonna open it here or take it home and just kind of have it. But if you keep going, to the right is this shower, and y'all, just look at this shower. Like, how many people are supposed to be in this shower? I think Virgin is taking their, they really take their brand to heart. Cause I was like, who needs this? I understand like how big the shower is in case it wasn't clear in the video. Oh yeah, that's the shower. And then when you come in, this is actually a privacy door that comes with a peephole, and it can lock from the inside. I think it can lock from the inside, but if not, here's a full-length mirror, which I always appreciate. When the door opens, you just come into the double queen. So, you know, bed, TV. This is the cute red Smeg mini fridge and the mini bar, and they have coffee and tea down here, some snacks, and then just reading materials if that's what you're into. And then here, the sun is going down, but we have the entire view of the skyline from our vantage point. We have the Green Building, and then we have Reunion Tower, and over here we have Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. So I'll just give you guys the full panorama. Oh my gosh, guys, so that is, oh my gosh, I can't get to it fast enough, but that is the Rolls Royce that you can rent, I guess, technically, from the front desk. I don't know if you pay or anything. I don't think you do. I think it's complimentary. If you need to go anywhere within a 3-mile radius of the hotel, you can call, and based on availability, it can have you riding in style. So that's amazing. But back to the skyline. So yeah, this beautiful sunset going across. Fun fact, that parking lot is on my old apartment building. And yeah, so that is really the tour. That's it. Oh, and forgot to add earlier when I showed you guys the door and everything, what was to the left with this curtain, I opened up, it's a safe and place to store your shoes and hang your coats, all the normal stuff. So yes, there is storage here. I realized I did not specify that. So we're gonna put our bags there, and I'll put my other pair of shoes down there. So just as far as information goes in terms of the In the Know program, it's a totally free program that you just literally create an account with Virgin Hotels and create a profile, and they just use that to personalize your stay. And I think it's obviously the more you stay, if you can, you know, you'd be willing to pay more because you're getting more of their service and all that fun stuff. I have all the details of what being in the know includes in the blog post, so definitely read that for more details. But one of the perks is Spirit Hour. From 5 to 6 drinks, set menu of drinks, are all on the house. And we were going to participate. We finally decided, because my mom didn't want to go at first. We were thinking about going, but by the time we decided, it's now 5:50. But it was more important for me to get the content from my blog, to get the photos and everything, and to get the video tour for you guys. The Spirit Hour will have to wait for another time. Okay, so something that is a strange but fun fact about me is that one of my bucket list items has always been to stay at a hotel and order room service. Most times that I stay at a hotel has been with family, so I'm not the one footing the bill. But since this is a treat to my mom from me, we decided to test out the room service and the menu and everything here. So it's arrived, and I'm gonna show you what we got. I got the Frito Misto, I think that's how you pronounce it, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, which is fried calamari, fried shrimp, fried onion, and fried asparagus, and a tomato-based aioli sauce. I kind of already got started because I was hungry. And my mom got the blue crab pasta, which comes with charred corn and lemon and dill and something else, but mostly blue crab and a hand-rolled pasta, something like that. We also got dessert, and I'll show you that when we get to it. All right, we just finished eating our main course, and mine was good. I was worried, because I'm not a big onion fan, that a lot of the fried pieces would be onion, but it was mostly shrimp and calamari. But it was good. I I guess it could technically be an appetizer, but I'm full. That may have been because I was starving, but I thought it was pretty good. As far as room service prices goes, I don't think it was worth the price, but my mom's pasta, she enjoyed it. We both thought it was a good sized portion for one person, and since it's pasta, it is filling, and there was a lot of blue crab, which blue crab's hard to get if you go to a seafood restaurant because it's always sold out. But she enjoyed it, and we thought for the price of that one, it was actually a good price as far as room service goes. So now we moved on to dessert, and we have La Paloma, which I believe is an olive oil cake with grapefruit, tequila, just like the drink, and something else. I will put on the screen here everything that the description says it is for the dessert, but I'll show you it and then we'll dig in. Okay, it is a couple of hours later. I've changed my getup because I'm going to do a little photo shoot just to make the blog posts and everything more luxurious, I guess. I actually did a photo shoot similar to this with an all black getup. You can head over to my Instagram if you want to check out that photo, but to give an update on how dessert was pretty good. It was one of those things where it should have been, I guess, assembled differently for you to get the full experience, because it was in the shape of a ball, so when we broke it, it all fell apart, versus if it were more of a rectangle or square, we could have got every piece or every ingredient in one bite, but it was fine. We enjoyed it. And then I just sat around and played Animal Crossing because I was feeling a little anxious, and I don't know why, but I'm feeling much better now. So we're gonna get started on these photos. I will check in with you guys afterwards. You can't see it too well, but the top lighting is too harsh, but I'm just taking a picture in the robes, which are pretty long, and then the red shoes that I brought. I'm just wanting to do some kind of photo shoot that showcases these shoes because they're bright red and that's Virgin's color. So I thought that would be cute to try to throw something together for them. Also, these robes are so nice. Another weird but personal bucket list item is to wear a hotel robe. I've never stayed anywhere where there were robes. It's lined with basically a towel material, so a cotton, but it's not as harsh as your standard cotton towel. But it's super nice. It's very, very plush and layered, and it's way too big on me, but I like it. Really deep pockets. I wish I could steal it, but then they wouldn't let me back. So once again, the look for the photo shoot, and I'll check in afterwards because my mom doesn't like to be on camera, so I'm not going to be able to do some behind the scenes looks. But if you want to see how the photos turned out, just visit that blog post in the description box. So I just finished taking pictures, and now we're going to braid my hair, which is probably gonna take a couple of hours, and I'm sure I'll fall asleep, but I'm gonna try and still do my full Thursday night skincare routine and sit at the vanity and get it done. Here's praying that I don't fall asleep in the first 5 minutes and then just get in the bed and skip everything. But I'll check in with you before I go into the bed. All right, hair is done. And I don't even know, what time is it? It's almost midnight, so I'm going to do an expedited version of getting ready for bed. So enjoy this time lapse. just finished my full nighttime routine. But it's been a really good day. We've gotten a lot that we wanted done between the photo shoot, things I did before I got to the hotel. We had dinner, I played my games, my mom redid my hair, which is great. And now it's time to rest and just watch reruns of Chrisley Knows Best. And I will check in with you guys in the morning. So good night. Well, it is the morning. I'll check in with you guys in a reasonable amount of hours. So good night. So I thought that I would chat with you guys, a little miniature chit chat, get ready with me, because getting ready with me is just putting on eyeliner and mascara, so it's like 10 minutes of my life. But, you know, just sharing my thoughts of how the stay has been, because we'll be checking out in a couple of hours. As far as sleep last night, it was pretty just standard hotel sleep. The beds are like normal, I guess. I think that this has been a really cool stay. I'm glad we did it for sure. I would say though, if you are someone who is already kind of into smart technology, like you have an Amazon Alexa, Amazon Echo, whatever they're called, you have, you know, things that you can operate from your phone in your house and stuff, this stay may be a lot easier for you than it is for me, because so much of it is reliant on the Lucy app. I'm just not someone who relies on smart technology, so when I would press the on button for a light switch and it would take too long to come through, I would just walk over and turn the light on. Like really the only thing that I've been using the phone for is the thermostat from the bed. But it's not like you can't do anything off the app, except they don't give you anything to put on the door to let housekeeping know to not come in. Thankfully, I was awake and by the door when they knocked and announced that they were here. So I just told them, oh, we're not ready. But if you are someone who doesn't use the bolt lock, that gold right there, that's kind of the bolt lock, so you can't open the door. If you're someone who forgets to put that on and you shut the privacy door and you're sleeping, they're gonna come on in. You have to let them know through the app. And my brain doesn't think like that, so I was like, oh, I'm glad I was awake this morning. Not that it's the end of the world if housekeeping comes in, but, you know, just things like that that I noticed. This thing is very dependent on the app. Another thing, too, was that when we were ordering room service last night, there was no place for you to order alcohol to your room, because I wanted to get a bottle of wine because we decided to save this and we're going to hold on to it for a bigger occasion, since this is a more expensive brand. And there was, by the time I even realized that we didn't even have that option, I was already ordering my food, and I just didn't really know who you're supposed to contact. And I know the front desk is there for me. I'm just not that person who's gonna call the front desk in the middle of food being prepared and be like, can you track down my order to see how I can get a bottle of wine to the room? And then also, can you read me off a list of your wines? Like, I'm just not that person. So we just went with that. It really wasn't a big deal. But little stuff like that I was like, this app. Also, biggest thing for me was that supposedly you're supposed to be able to access a mobile key on the app for it to be contactless. My key has never popped up on my app. I've gone through every single one of the controls. My mom has gone through it, and there was no option for me to access a mobile key. They gave us a physical key so that if we decided to go down to the bar or the restaurant, they would know we were part of the No program, you know, special treatment or whatever. But I was like, what if this didn't work? We would have come all the way up to the 9th floor and then have to go all the way back down and say, this doesn't work. You know, I just think that there can be a lot of limitations to relying on technology for your customer experience. I know that's the way of the world, and that kind of makes Virgin keep its brand young, of course. That's what it's always been known for, the really fun brand, partying. I mean, y'all saw the size of the shower, and that's just what they've always been known for. But I just think that there needs to be a backup, aside from just like personal preferences, because that's very obvious, it's a personal preference. For my stay, Virgin has upheld what I think they've always been really good at. I was a huge fan of Virgin America as an airline, and they have really come through with their hotel service, and it's pretty much everything I expected it to be. Like I said, if you want all the full details and everything, please read the blog post below. I keep saying it because I mean it. I'm rambling at this point. The look is done. I've gotten ready, so I'm just gonna change and get some final pictures for the blog, and I guess get ready to check out. I just finished taking some final photos for the blog of my phone screen and navigating the Lucy app, and everything that I needed to do got done. I dumped everything onto my laptop so I can get straight away to editing when I get home. But for the final hour of our stay, we are just gonna watch TV and chill out, so I thought that I would formally close out the vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video, as well as the corresponding blog post in the description box below, will help you understand what to expect out of a stay from Virgin Hotels. I've said it enough, and I'll say it again. If there are any additional details you need that I didn't share in this video, like how the app works, what the No program is, where other Virgin Hotel locations are, read that blog post. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me just be in the room. I don't know what's coming next, but I'll see y'all in the next one.